It's time for your Atlanta
November 2022
real estate market update.
So it's cooling off outside,
Yeah, I don't like that.
and we're entering the holiday season.
I love the eating part of that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. And what we're going to talk about today is what the predictions are for the next couple of months with respect to what is the interest rate going to do.
Yeah, there's just so much. Well, at least people think there's a lot of volatility going on with the interest rates right now, but I feel like we've got some things that we can bring up that might really help you out with that.
Yeah, so let's take a look at our monthly numbers. So the number of new listings, you want to take a guess of what's happening with how many new listings are hitting the market?
Well, I have kind of an idea that it was down, but what would you say? Is that a lot down?
I think it's a lot down.
Yeah.
From October of last year compared to this year, we are down 17.6% in the number of new homes that are being listed. However, when we look at the year-over-year numbers, we're only down by 0.8%. So October was a big difference, but year-over-year compared to last year, we're pretty steady. And then pending sales are the homes that are going under contract, and
Way down again.
that is starkly lower, and it's lower both month over month from last year and year to date. So year to date, it's down 18.9%.
And year over year, down 43%.
So that means last October, we had 43% more homes that were under contract.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the closed sales, that number is also down. It does follow the pending sales.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you have less homes under contract, you'd have less homes closing. Yeah,
Correct.
that's true.
So we're down 33.1% from last October.
And down 15% year to date.
So we kind of talked about this last month as far as how long it's taking a house to go under contract.
I for sure have been saying this one to all the listings I've been talking to recently is that be prepared that it takes a little bit longer for your home to sell. It doesn't sell in the first weekend like it did a year ago.
Correct. So our days on the market went from 18 from October of last year to 28 this year.
So almost a month, 28 days.
Yes. So when we look at the average sales price and we look at what that is doing, what we're seeing is that from October to last year to October of this year, that is up by 9%.
Yes.
And so the average sales price currently for October was
506, 812.
okay. And then what's interesting is when we look at that year-to-date number. So the year-to-date number for the average sales price is
516, 822.
it's almost $10,000 higher when you look at the year-to-date number versus when you just look at October. So that tells us that there is a trend of the pricing moving slightly down.
Right, by about 10,000.
Right. So also when we look at the percent of list price received, that is the amount of negotiating that's happening.
Right. And we
So-
used to be, well, a year ago, we were at 101%. So we were having prices go above list price in order to get a house. And now we're, October this year, 98.5%.
98.5%. That means that a buyer on average in October was negotiating almost 15%.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Um,
And I've seen this in the offers that come in either on my listings, I've seen them come in below list price. And then also with buyers, we've made offers below list price and been able to get under contract. You've seen it too.
I have. So when we look at that year-to-date number, though, that number is still 101.4%. So it'll be interesting for us to look at these numbers again next month to see what that percentage is, if it's still that big number of negotiating power for buyers.
Right.
So the inventory of homes for sale was 10,452.
And last year it was only 6,898.
So we have a 51.5% increase of the amount of homes available for sale.
Crazy.
So when we look at month supply, last year we had 1.3 months supply, and currently
This year we almost have double, 2.4 months of supply for
Yeah.
almost 85% increase.
so it's just your typical supply and demand. When supply increases, prices are going to start to decrease just a tad. I don't think that they're going to fall rapidly or drastically, but we may see some bargaining power back in the market for buyers.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
So interest rate. So you have this opportunity for buyers to buy, but they're scared because of these high interest rates.
My payment's going to be higher. When's this interest rate going to stop changing?
So our lenders at Fairway Mortgage have a program where when you buy now and you refinance several months from now, there is a big savings on the tax when you use the same lender to refinance.
Okay, so if the rates go down, you don't have to wait for 2 years or anything like that. You can refinance within a couple of months or 6 months, something like that.
Yeah. And so the other option there is looking at how much you're putting down versus what the rate is. You may or may not want to spend the extra money to buy the rate down because they are predicting, and if you're paying attention, there was a mortgage consultant named Barry Habib recently said that his big prediction was that the rates will fall into the 5s by the spring, early summer.
Okay, that'd be awesome. So it depends too on how long they're going to stay in the house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So paying a buy down point now may not be worth it. It may be that it makes more sense to get the rate at the current rates and then 5-6 months from now go ahead and refinance.
Yep.
And then also when we're talking about rates, we want to remind you guys of why the rate is set the way it is. People think that the Federal Reserve sets the rate. And in some ways they control the rates, but they really focus on inflation.
Right.
So when we look at the numbers, inflation has gone up. The rates went up in conjunction with inflation.
Right.
And then so what has happened recently is inflation numbers have come back down.
And didn't the rates come back down a little
The
bit?
rates started to come back down. They're not quite below the inflation numbers yet, but we're keeping an eye on it, and that is why they're predicting that the
that
rates,
it'll continue.
Yes.
Okay.
That it'll continue to come down.
So maybe some good news coming down
Yeah.
the pipe going into 2023.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it'll probably be spring, summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking forward to. So if you have any questions about your home value, or if you're interested in purchasing a home in today's market, give us a call. We can walk you through all the steps and the information that you need to know to make a good decision.
We hope you found this video enjoyable. If you want to see other content like this, be sure to check us out on our other social media platforms.